Nate, with the track record that Coach Smith has, especially building the run game, just how excited are you for this season?
I'm really excited. I had to experience it a little bit in the spring, being able to see the new offense and see
Right.
how they incorporate the run, and I fall in love with it. Just being able to be on the center and just so many things that they do behind the scenes that people don't really think about as far as the run game, as far as movements and motions and things like that. It's really, really exciting. So I'm excited to be able to put it all together and continue to build on that from the spring into the fall, and going to fall camp, and obviously performing for the season.
So last year, career high in rushing yards, career high in carries, but I think we saw some big flashes of what you could do catching the ball as well. Do you expect that to be a bigger part of your game this year?
No doubt, no doubt. And like I said, with this offense, it's so easy for the running backs to get involved in the passing game, which is great for us to be able to be so versatile to impact that side of the game for us. And we have a lot of running backs who are able to do a lot of things, and it's helpful, and it's amazing that we have so many different guys that can perform and do what we need to do so our team can win.
It's safe to say this program's been through a lot. What has the message been this offseason after kind of getting over some hurdles from over a year ago?
Yeah, I think the big thing that the coach staff wants us to know is that, hey, this year is a new year. This season is a new season. At the end of the day, every single year is different, whether it's the same coach staff or it's a new coach staff. So for us, we have to look forward. We can't look about what happened in the past and try to dwell on, oh man, how can I change what happened in the past? We have to look forward. What can I do so we can grow as a football team, as a unit, so that we can win games for the future for our Spartan football team in this year.
What have you seen from quarterback Aidenchess so far? I know there's a lot of playmaking
Yeah.
ability with him, and I know you haven't gotten to see really during the fall, but going into this offseason so far.
Man, he's such a great leader, and he's just a great leader. He's a fun guy. He's the type of guy where you want to lead your quarterback room. You want to lead not just quarterback room, but just ultimately the offense and the football team. He's a guy that's, like you said, very, very versatile. He can do so many things, and just his personality is great. He's a guy that's always laughing. He's always smiling. He talks to everybody on the team, and he's just a great guy. You want to be leading your team.
I know growing up, you once had dreams of going to play for Michigan, and you've had a long journey. Now, ironically, you're part of Michigan State's program. You have a special chip on your shoulder for how your journey has been to get here?
I would say I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed, and I think that we all think in high school, well, this is how I want my career to
Right.
go, and this is how I imagine it to go. But I found that, often God's plans are a lot higher and better than my plans. So that's been a real, real inspiration to me of just trusting in Him and trusting in the plan that He has for me. And so far, it's been great. And I'm proud to be a Michigan State Spartan. I'm proud to be here in the Big Ten.
I know this spring you got to go back home to Rochester and host your first football camp. What was it like, especially in an area that might be overlooked at recruiting at times, to kind of not only give back, but really embrace that environment and host your own football camp?
It was amazing, and it really opened my eyes up to how much influence I have.
Right.
Growing up in high school, I don't think that there were any guys coming back that did something like
Right.
that. And from talking to coaches and from the little kids in the area, they haven't experienced anything like that. Where a guy was in a big time college, came back and hosted a football camp in his area, and for them to be like, hey, this guy went to my school, or this guy was around my area, and now look where he's at. I hope it had inspired them, and I think that it did, to be like, hey, you can come from somewhere in upstate New York, and you can go to these big places. You can play in the Big Ten. You can be able to do all these things that I'm doing, and I've all it took is hard work and dedication for me to do it. And if I can do it, I hope it inspires them to know that they can do it as well.
So four new teams in this conference. It's just getting bigger and bigger, and high profile programs. It's exciting, but what kind of challenges does that bring as well?
I think it's just a challenge of it's just newness. Obviously we don't Big Ten, we haven't experienced playing against these teams, and
Right.
vice versa. They have experience playing against us. I think it's amazing for our conference to be able to bring in teams like this. It's amazing for me. For example, we play Oregon, and I've never been anywhere out there before, so
Right.
it's gonna be fun to be to experience that stadium and to experience their team and how they play football and whatnot. I think it's both great for both sides to be experienced and for us to continue to grow as a conference.
Michigan State won this conference last in 2015. How do you get back there this year for this program?
I think it takes a step at a time. It takes a day at a time. It takes a practice at a time. And we need a very huge fall camp to grow from what we did in the spring, and then from there continue to practice, continue to grind, and go forward so we can win games. And it takes all three phases of the game: offense, defense, special teams, to all work together in unison, so that when the game time comes, it's a lot easier for us to win games and do what we need to do to execute, to be able to put points on the board and to be able to stop the other team from doing the same thing.
So EA college football, they gave you a couple different ratings: 89 speed, 70 for strength, 90 for agility. 89 for vision. What did they get wrong and they'll have to fix during this season?
I was surprised by my strength
I
rating.
was gonna say that's the number one.
Everything else, I was like, okay, I understand that. I'm okay with that. I was content. But my strength rating, I was like, really, a 70? So I guess I just gotta do more push-ups. I gotta, make sure I'm squatting a little bit more weight, so I can hopefully get that strength rating up. But other than that, I mean, it's a blessing to be in a game. So.
Lastly, I gotta ask you: do you still have dreams of being a WWE superstar? If football doesn't work out, or you just, you know what? I've had my time playing football. When you're done in the pros and you get that call, is that still on the table?
I don't think so. But once in a while, I do go back and just watch WWE videos just for fun. And be like, man, I can definitely do a backflip off the top rope. Like, I can definitely be like a future Randy Orton or John Cena. So, but no, probably not. But hey, who knows? Maybe that's down the road. That's what God wants me to do. And hey, if it is, then I will do it. So, but other than that, I don't think so. No.
We'll see. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate
thank you.
it.